On July 16, 2018, a Boeing B737 began flying from the Iguazú Falls International Airport, Misiones, Argentina, to El Palomar Airport in Buenos Aires. The taxiing went smoothly. Then, during the beginning of the takeoff through head of runway 31, the aircraft experienced an abrupt positive pitch that caused the rear ventral area of the fuselage trail strike to contact the surface of the runway. The crew aborted the takeoff and returned to the platform. The first officer involved in the incident was the pilot in charge of the commands, or pilot flying (PF), while the captain was the pilot monitoring (PM), serving also as an instructor. The accident occurred at night and with good visibility. Triggering factors. First, the distribution of passengers on board the aircraft was different to that established by the dispatch sheet prepared for the flight. Second, the center of gravity of the aircraft was outside the flight envelope. The following are the defenses that failed or were absent and could have restrained the triggering factors. 1. Technology. The computer system used by the dispatch office was independent from and not linked to the system used by traffic. The usual communication procedure was through photographs of the traffic monitor and transmitted by cell phone to the dispatch office. 2. Rules and procedures. The operator's procedures did not include the transmission of information between the traffic and flight dispatch areas. During the dispatch process, there was no visual control of passenger distribution, which contradicts the operator's SOPs. Finally, the designation of the purser did not comply with the operator's requirements. 3. Training. The cabin crew were unaware of the potential hazards associated with the distribution of passengers on the aircraft. 4. Human and organizational factors. Workload is one of the central factors. Between June and July 2018, the stopover recorded a 425% increase in the number of movements, from 32 to 136. However, the designated staff only increased from 5 to 7 people. In addition, the dispatcher worked 4 shifts, whose service times, including the day of the flight, were at odds with the aeronautical regulations. During the week of the accident, the dispatcher's duty time was twice his original schedule. He performed 3 shifts that exceeded the duty time limitations established in the Argentine aeronautical regulations. It is important to note that the Argentine aeronautical regulations do not establish service and rest time requirements for base chiefs and traffic personnel because they are not included as aeronautical personnel in the current regulations. In addition, the investigation did not obtain records of an inspection of the Iguazú Falls International Airport stopover prior to the start of the operator's operations. Regarding the operations office, it was an external module located approximately 150 meters away from the passenger terminal with poor internet signal. It was established that the dispatcher's authorization did not comply with the aeronautical regulations. Besides, the operator's dispatch manual had graphics and references to a different aircraft model than the one operated by the company. Finally, it is important to clarify that the aeronautical regulations do not establish requirements for the transition between the functions of cabin crew and pursers. 5. Safety management. Regarding safety management, the Argentine aeronautical regulations do not establish requirements for the implementation of an SMS prior to operator certification. The investigation did not obtain records of the development and implementation of the surveillance plan after company's certification, in accordance with the aeronautical regulations. It was identified that at the time of the accident, Flybondi was in the early stages of the SMS implementation process. Even between January and July 2018, 3 different people were in charge of the operator's safety management department. Likewise, there was a 2-month period when the company has not appointed any safety manager. It is important to note that at the time of the accident, the operator did not have an existing voluntary safety reporting program.